Okay, so first of all, let's talk about how to increase the credit score. I've made content about this in the course prior, but since we have a number of you here, and it does matter for everyone. Now, is the credit score the only factor? No, it's not. The credit score is not the only factor, but is it a factor? Yeah, generally. And if your credit score is crap, then it's a major factor in the negative. I would at least get to above 700. Ways you can do that. First of all, you can go to Experian. I think it's Experian.com. Put all your recurring expenses in there so that every month when you pay an electricity bill, you pay an internet bill, you pay your rent, you make an auto payment, all of your monthly expenses, input it into Experian and it'll read through your bank statements. It'll read through your credit card statements. It'll look for recurring expenses. And then it'll give you credit for the fact that, hey, Jonathan in September, October, November, and December made his car payment. Wow, what a great guy. We're going to boost his score 7 points. Another thing, whatever your credit limit is, never go to 50% of it. I used to have a $5,000 limit credit score on my credit card. So anytime I got to $2,000 in credit debt, I paid that off. Why? Because I never wanted to go over 40% of the total amount. They say you can go all the way up to 5,000. The reality is the credit bureaus are four-letter words. These guys are sharks. Never go over 50%. Never even go to 50%. Pay that stuff off fast. Pay it off regularly. Never make a late credit payment. That's the way you bone yourself. Never pay a late. Never go late. Ever go late. And generally speaking, do a 20-minute investigation on how to improve my credit score. And the credit bureaus will give you good information about how to do it. And they'll say a lot of the things I'm saying right now. Is your credit score everything? No. But does it matter? Yeah. And if it's crap, I think I've told all of you guys, well, I have told to some of you who have been here. There was a guy I was trying to help back in Southern California. The guy was a Mexican, kind of like me. None of you probably know I'm Mexican, but I am secretly. He was a Mexican, first-generation Mexican guy, and he was a Southern Californian like me. And I love the guy. He had an infectious energy, and he was a hustler, and I was trying to help him be successful. And he had a company doing $750,000 a year in earnings that he was getting really close to closing on. And the only reason the deal fell through is because his credit score was absolute garbage, and it ended up falling from there. Had he just had like a 650 or better, it would have closed most likely. He had a banker literally fly out from Phoenix to Southern California just to flirt with him about his deal. I've never had a banker fly from a different city to come meet me to flirt with my deals. This guy did. Now, this is pre-COVID when it was normal to fly around and such. But I digress. Get your credit score right. You don't want that to be a reason for the deal to fall through. It's too simple of a thing to have it fall through. That said, Jonathan, continue. I just wanted to make that point for everybody here because that's something that we all can take to heart.
Yeah, and I definitely want to keep reaching out to industry experts while this is, because I think I'm giving myself about 6 months to get over 700. That's
probably less. But yeah, if you do some of the things you say, I'd be surprised if you don't get there in 3 months, maybe even 2. But I digress.
So does it still make sense to court banks in this? Is there anything too early about that? Are they going to look into the credit right away? Is that what they do?
Nope. You have to give a bank authorization to pull a credit inquiry. And never forget that. Okay. And you have to, another thing that'll screw up your credit score is if they start doing a bunch of hard inquiries. Some of you guys who have been around the block know this. You go for a mortgage for a car, a home, or this or that, and they start doing all these hard inquiries and your credit score goes down. So you always tell a bank, I do not give you authority to run my credit. And one time I had somebody run my credit without my permission, and I disputed it and ran their ass up a flagpole and threatened to sue them. And then the thing got disputed and it got removed and my credit score went back up. So no, you do not give them permission to run your credit, and always know that it is your score and it is your right to get it pulled when you're ready for it to get pulled and not prematurely. So you can flirt with banks and talk like you have an 800 credit score, because for all intents and purposes, by the time you get to that point, you might not be to 800, but you should be to 7. It's not that hard to get to 7 unless if you've done some really financially risky things in the past. If you're at 6 something, 620 or 6 whatever, dude, you're not that far away from getting to the right end. If you just follow these couple of tips and Google for 20 minutes, and you'll be there in 3 months, probably less.
Hey, it's Jason Rogers. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up the video, and for more, go to jasonpaulrogers.com.